morning. Welcome to Tribune News on Q, your go-to morning news source only here at Daily Tribune. We're live on Daily Tribune's Facebook page, Daily Tribune PH on YouTube, and Daily Tribune Official on TikTok. For today's headlines, 1 year after his 2025 State of the Nation address, Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has made progress on renewable energy, classroom construction, and anti-corruption efforts. But key economic and infrastructure promises remain unfinished amid inflation and spending challenges. Lawmakers said that Philippines still lacks more than 166,000 classrooms despite record education funding, raising questions about Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s pledge to eliminate the classroom shortage before the end of his term. Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s infrastructure legacy faces scrutiny as flagship projects race towards completion, while investigations into alleged ghost flood control projects and slowing infrastructure spending raise concerns over public trust. The LRT-1 Cavite extension cleared a major right-of-way hurdle after the Villar family agreed to donate land needed for the project, according to Transportation Secretary Giovanni Lopez. Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology said Mayon volcano remains under alert level 3 with no current signs warranting a higher alert as monitoring continues for changes in volcanic activity. Pag-ibig Fund has released 5.82 billion pesos in safe loans to more than 803,000 members less than 6 weeks after the program's launch, providing affordable emergency financial assistance. Rumors are swirling that Andres Mulak and Kai Montinola are dating, but neither has confirmed the speculation fueled by a viral blind item. Alas Pilipinas faces a tough road at Aichi Nagoya Asian Games after both the men's and women's teams were drawn into challenging groups, with the women set to face powerhouse China and Kazakhstan. Today is the 24th of July 2026, Friday, and I am Cris Estrada, bringing you today's top stories. Let's kick things off with today's weather. Tropical storm Quiapo has intensified as it moves closer to extreme northern Luzon, prompting Pag-asa to raise signal number 2 over Batanes, northern Cagayan including the Babuyan Islands, and northern Ilocos Norte. As of 4 a.m., Quiapo packs maximum sustained winds of 65 kilometers per hour and is moving west-northwestward. Heavy rains may trigger flooding and landslides across northern Luzon, while the southwest monsoon continues to bring rains over parts of western Visayas, Mimaropa, and the Negros Island region. Quiapo is expected to exit PAR by Saturday morning. Light traffic is reported at Balintawak Toll Plaza, Mindanao. Balintawak Toll Plaza, Mindanao Toll Plaza, Bocaue Toll Plaza, and San Fernando northbound and southbound lanes. All other areas of NLEX, SCTEX, and NLEX connector, including toll plazas and interchanges, are also experiencing light traffic. Now let's move on to this morning's headlines. 1 year after President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s 2025 State of the Nation address, the administration has posted mixed results on its key promises. Progress has been made on renewable energy projects, classroom constructions, and anti-corruption efforts. However, rising inflation fueled by the Middle East conflict, slower infrastructure spending, and cost of living pressures have tempered gains. The government also advanced major transport and energy projects, but key commitments including expanding electricity access and reducing the classroom shortage remain unfinished, with many targets set for completion before 2028. Days before President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s fifth State of the Nation address, lawmakers warned that the country still lacks more than 166,000 classrooms despite record education funding. At a Senate hearing, Senator Bam Aquino said that 67.9 billion pesos was allocated in the 2026 budget to build over 20,000 classrooms, but delays in implementation remain the biggest challenge. The administration had pledged to build 40,000 classrooms before 2028, while education experts warned that overcrowded schools continue to worsen the country's learning crisis. With less than 2 years left in office, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s infrastructure program is facing scrutiny over project delays and the ongoing flood control controversy. Major projects, including the Bataan-Cavite Interlink Bridge and the SLEC extension, continue to move forward but are expected to be completed beyond 2028. Meanwhile, government infrastructure spending fell 52% in April and 45.6% in the year's first 4 months amid reviews of alleged ghost and substandard flood control projects. Investigations into billions of pesos in alleged irregularities have also heightened calls for accountability and transparency. The LRT-1 Cavite extension has cleared a major right-of-way hurdle after the Villar family agreed to donate the land needed for the project, according to Transportation Secretary Giovanni Lopez. With the land issue resolved, the Department of Transportation will now focus on engineering challenges, including whether the C5 Quirino flyover needs to be removed or modified, pending a traffic study. The government remains committed to completing the full railway extension by 2028, connecting Las Piñas, Zapote, and Niog and Cavite to the LRT-1 network. Mayon volcano remains under alert level 3, with no signs yet that would warrant raising it to alert level 4, according to the Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology. PHIVOLCS said that it continues to monitor volcanic earthquakes, sulfur dioxide emissions, lava flow, and pyroclastic density currents. While sulfur dioxide emissions recently peaked at 13,000 tons per day, they have since declined, and the longest lava flow now measures 3.8 kilometers. Authorities said Mayon's activity remains consistent with its current alert status. Pag-ibig Fund has released 5.82 billion in special assistance for financial emergencies or SAFE loans to more than 803,000 members less than 6 weeks after the program launched on June 10. Qualified members may borrow up to 10,000 pesos or 90% of their Pag-ibig regular savings, whichever is lower, at a 5.95% annual interest rate. The program runs until September 8, 2026, with applications accepted through virtual Pag-ibig and branches nationwide. Social media is buzzing with speculation that Andres Mulak and Kai Montenola are dating after a blind item claimed that the two young stars are in a relationship. The rumor also alleged that potential projects pairing the two were turned down and that Mulak once considered transferring to Montenola's talents agency before his parents opposed the move. Neither Mulak nor Montenola fans commented on the claims, with fans divided between believing the rumor and dismissing it as a mere speculation. Both the Alas Pilipinas women's and men's volleyball teams faced tough campaigns in the 2026 Aichi Nagoya Asian Games after landing in the tournament's toughest groups. The women's team was drawn with defending champion China and Kazakhstan, while the men's squad will face China, Korea, and Chinese Taipei. The Filipinas returned to the Asian Games for the first time since 2018, while the men's team looks to build on its Southeast Asian Games bronze medal. Both squads will compete in the CV Cup as part of their preparations for September's Asiad. Now, a quick look at today's horoscope. Today calls for positive breakthroughs, Leo. These involved in legal or judicial matters may receive favorable news, bringing a sense of relief and confidence. Good news from your spouse is also likely to brighten your day, strengthening both personal and professional life. Financially, an increase in income may provide temporary relief and improve your situation. However, Pay close attention to your health, especially any heart-related concerns, and avoid overexerting yourself. On this day in 1911, American historian Hiram Bingham made his first documented visit to Machu Picchu, the ancient Inca citadel nestled high in Peru's Andes Mountains. Guided by local indigenous residents and an 11-year-old boy, Bingham introduced the site to the wider world through its research and writings. Though often credited with its discovery, Machu Picchu had long been known to local Quichua communities. Today, the UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of the new seven wonders of the world stands as a lasting symbol of Inca civilization and one of the world's most iconic archaeological landmarks. This morning's viral comes from an Instagram reel that has racked up 1.1 million views, showing a hilarious and very unconventional way to take care of your partner for a lifetime. In the clip, a guy is seen inside a chicken coop while his girlfriend feeds him, as if he were one of the chickens. The bizarre yet fun skit had netizens in stitches, with one commenting, "Kain ka ng madami, may laban ka pa bukas," while others joked that he was being raised like a prize-fighting cock. That's all for now, mga katribu. Join us again at 1 p.m. for more updates. This has been Cris Estrada for Tribune News on Cue.